Right back in it for another episode of the Sportslime. Today I'm just gonna do it real quick and real brief. We're just gonna discuss the first round of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup, and then a quick overview of the first round of matches for the UEFA Euros 2024. So the ICC T20 World Cup first round is completed. The 8 teams have qualified for the Super 8, and they've been placed into two groups. Group A or Group 1 includes Australia, India, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan. And Group 2 includes England, South Africa, West Indies, and the USA. So I'm not going to break down the matches and the performances so much. Today, we're coming back tomorrow with more guys on the podcast to discuss the upcoming West Indies England game tomorrow as well. And we would take a dive into the performances of the teams. What I want to say about how the group stages went, the first group stage, I should say, because the Super 8 is technically the second group stage. The first group stage, the pitches that were played on, with probably the exception of Barbados and St. Lucia, were very biased towards the bowler. And yeah, a lot of teams struggled. You've seen it with New Zealand, Pakistan, South Africa, Bangladesh, India, all these teams who played in the USA pitches as well as the Brian Lara. Yeah, those pitches were slow, they were more biased towards the bowler, and there were a lot of low scoring encounters. Batsmen struggled to get their shots off. So yeah, if the ICC wanted high scoring affairs, they should have done a little better with the pitch preparation. I'm not sure who hands that would have been in, if it would have been the WICB or the ICC. But yeah, the pitch preparation. For a T20 World Cup, you expect a little more excitement. When I say excitement, it had excitement from the bowling aspect of it, but for high scoring encounters, so last night we saw a high scoring game with West Indies, Afghanistan. Australia and England were lucky enough to play at the Barbados ground and at St. Lucia, and those pitches were conducive to the high scoring encounters. The ball was coming off of the pitch on a consistent basis, and batsmen were able to time the shots better. So the way that group stage went, I would think that Australia would have an edge over all those teams who now moving into the Caribbean to play on these batter friendly pitches. So Australia batsmen might be set, and now in the other teams such as India, Bangladesh, USA, South Africa, they would have to now come and reacclimatize to the conditions down here. Yeah, so going forward, this is my predictions. India, Australia, coming out of that Group 1, and then Group 2, I'm going to put my bias in there and say West Indies, and England are coming out. I'm not going to say in what order. All we know is that India will be playing their semi-final in Guyana. So based on my prediction, I would predict that Australia will be playing the semi-final in the Brian Lara Stadium. The second group is a little more tough. If you lose in that group, which is the West Indies group, West Indies, South Africa, USA, and England, any loss in that group is going to make it tricky to qualify. I don't want to write off the USA, but net run rate is going to be a big player here. So all three test playing nations, which South Africa, England, and the West Indies, are going to try to get their net run rate up, especially when they play USA, and then they're going to have to get results against each other to qualify for the second round. So let's hope that in the Super 8 we have a lot of competitive matches. Let's hope that Afghanistan and Bangladesh give us India and Australia some form of competition. Hopefully these smaller nations could grow from this tournament. And let's see what the Super 8 has in store for us. Tomorrow, I said, we're going to break down that West Indies performance against Afghanistan and the upcoming West Indies-England Super 8 matchup playing in St. Lucia. Moving on to the Euros here. So the first round of matches in the Euros have been completed. Maybe the ICC should take a page from how FIFA holds their tournaments. Like everybody plays a round of matches before everybody else plays a second round of matches. Because in the Cricket World Cup, the T20 Cricket World Cup currently going on, India was already qualified before New Zealand played 2 matches. And Like some teams already know they qualified, and another team they're just waiting for the schedule to come up. So ICC, hopefully, going forward, they could improve the format. And yeah, let's go back to the Euros. I think the best teams so far was Germany with that thumping of Scotland. Even though Scotland had 10 men, they were being outplayed even before that. Spain played Croatia. Croatia is no walkover. Croatia is a lot tougher than Scotland. Croatia is a recent World Cup semi-finalist, and Spain took their chances and beat them 3-0. Italy got a scare in the first 20 seconds of a game, but they responded very quickly 2-1, and they saw the victory after that. England scored through Jude Bellingham, but they struggled throughout the match. They didn't control it. And then France controlled their game, but they were on a scare because they only scored one goal. Kylian Mbappe came out with an injury. He had a big chance to make it 2-0 and probably close out the game. If it wasn't for the efforts of N'Golo Kante, probably might be looking at a 1-0 draw. So yeah, that's a quick roundup of the Euros. Next rounds of matches, I expect in Germany and Spain to continue in a fine form. And this is where we're really going to see the improvement of the football. All the time, these players, they were playing at their club level, and they would have played one or two international friendlies. But, playing a friendly is never going to compare to playing a real competitive match. So the managers getting the tactics right, the managers getting the squad selection right, the first 11 on the team right, and hopefully going into the second round, we would see a lot better matchups, because in the way the Euro is set up, we have some best third place teams with the opportunity to qualify for the round of 16. So every single match, every single game is a must win for each team, or to get some points out of it. The only team I'll say I was disappointed with is Croatia. I watched the Spain-Croatia game. Croatia had opportunities. Spain did not totally outplay them. Spain had their chances and took all of them brilliantly. Croatia also had chances and took none. And that's the difference. You put the ball at the back of the net and you celebrate the victory. But one last thing I want to say, if there's any Boston Celtic fans out there, congratulations. The Celtics won the NBA championship, deservedly so, last night in Game 5 in Boston. They outplayed the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas got one game in Dallas, which was Game 4, where they blew out the Celtics. But other than that game, the Celtics thoroughly deserved it. So congratulations to the Celtics on winning their NBA championship. I think it's the first championship since probably 2008. And if I'm not mistaken, they would have overtaken the Lakers with the most number of NBA championships in history. So congratulations goes out to them again. And see you all tomorrow. We will be breaking down the West Indies-England game, and we'll be looking a little deeper into the performances of some of the Euro games which would have gone past. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free again to subscribe, like, and if you think I've been a little too negative with the ICC World Cup and the way it was organized, let me know in the comments below. All right, so see you tomorrow, and we'll hope that you all enjoy the matches as much as we do. Take care.